Well, good morning. It's now just gone 11 o'clock on Monday the 11th of August. I'm Andy and this is my allotment. Now, not been down to the allotment much for the last 2 or 3 weeks due to a combination of weather and other commitments at weekend, which has meant it's getting a little bit out of hand again. Got the day off today because we've got a site inspection later which I promised I would take part in. Also, just finished month end at work and it was a real pig of a month end and I need a day off. So I've come down here to do a lot of work and relax. But anyway, I'll give you a quick run round of what's happening on my plot, a few highlights, a few lowlights. Then I'll have a wander around the rest of the site as I missed the end of July, so I'm going to have to do it 2 weeks into August to do the run round. Okay, first of all, this pile here, which I keep promising I'm going to turn into another raised bed like the rest of them along here. Still not got on with it, as you can see. Procrastination must be my middle name or even my first name, I'd imagine. But it won't take long to do. That's the annoying thing. It's just getting the inclination to get up and do it. And I don't think I'll do it today either. Anyway, moving on. Into my brassica area. Try to stay out of the shadow. As you can see, my one Brussels sprout in the middle is going absolutely ballistic. Got a small one at the front there which is doing nice. One on the side which is also doing nice, but being a bit crowded by the huge monster. I might possibly move the other two out. I don't know yet, I haven't decided. Got to find somewhere to put them first. Okay, down the side here there are 3 cabbages which are doing nice, and then 3 more cabbages here, especially that one which is hearting up nicely. Then there's about 10 collies in there, not that you can tell because it's all green leaves at the moment. And then this big thing on the end here that's flowering is the swede. I thought I'd caught it in time and I thought it wasn't going to flower this year. Got to get in there in a bit and dig it out and see, well, dig around and see if it's worth keeping. Right, this is where the onions were. They were harvested last time, and my one big courgette plant at the back, which is doing well. I've had about 5 or 6 courgettes off it already, so there are 3 on there which are virtually ready for taking. Moving over onto the fruit area, or the temporary fruit area as it was, with gooseberries and black currants down that side. And then I stuck some beans, broad beans in here. They went in very late. The plants have been in the pots for far too long. But it does look like I have got some broad beans on there. So I'll check those later and see if they're worth taking and get these plants out of the ground. And then get some weeding done down there. I can see some rosebay, I can see some horsetail and all sorts down the road there. Lots of rubbish. Right, square foot gardening bed. Lots of lettuce. A few going to seed, as you can see, bolting for the sky. Some carrots behind those. Some beets behind them, and some tomatoes. And I've been just tying these up today because they've been sort of flopping everywhere and causing problems. And then you can see down there, got some little cherry plum tomatoes coming out. So hopefully they'll do well. Now, excuse me. Next brassica bed. This has got mainly January King lettuces in at this end. Now, there are 12 January King lettuces in there. Then on this end, we've got 3 purple sprouting broccolis. Now they're going for the sky, and this frame isn't big enough. Last year I considered making an extension for the frame and just putting like an extra 18-inch frame underneath it and then balancing or tying this on top of it. So it lifted the whole thing up 18 inches. I might look at doing that this year because this frame and that frame there, as you can see, they could really do with extra height. I mean, they've got 2'6" already, but that cabbage is just going absolutely, sorry, the Brussels is going absolutely mental. Alright, so the front of here we've got some more purple sprouting. They were being pecked to bits, but they seem to have got over that and they've gone and put a load of weight on and doing really well. Comfrey. Been chopped back 3 times and still it comes. Good. I keep saying I'm going to transplant that around the back of the polytunnel, I just never had the time. Parsnips. There were 24 parsnips in there, I did lose a few. We're down to 21, and then at the back of there were going to be a dozen giant parsnips, but looks like only 3 or 4 have come up, and the sweet corn. Now, last Monday that sweet corn was 2 foot tall. It's now 5 foot tall. Must be all the weather we've been having, all the rain, torrential rain, thunderstorms, and then steering heat between them. This bed, loads of carrots up front. We've got a few out of here, they've been quite decent, not too forked. Then we've got loads of rocket, which is falling over. I think I may just take all this out. I've trimmed it back a couple of times, or I might give it one last try trimming back and try and keep on top of it with the picking. Hidden underneath there at that end is some celery. There's a dozen celery there. Underneath the bean arch there's a squash, hawk, and then there's the beans. Not quite as elegant a structure as I had last year, but this one's at least stayed up. There are some flowers coming on the beans, so hopefully in a couple of weeks' time we'll have some nice beans on here. See if I can find a flower. Lovely pink ones. Yeah, there we are. You can see that in there or not. Lovely pink flowers. So hopefully they will come on nicely. Right. Leeks, I need a bit of a weed. Horsetail coming through there, but they're doing okay. 10 leeks. Nothing in the rest of this bed. The grapevine is doing great. The grapes on it aren't doing anything this year. Not really coming on at all. But hanging baskets I've got here are doing okay because I've got tomatoes on them, as you can see. Still green, still doing nothing, but at least I have tomatoes. Raspberries really need to be trimmed back. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these or how I'm going to get in there and do it. I may just trim them all back completely and hope for the best, I don't know. There are some raspberries at the back over here, if I can get to them. Down there, which are fruit. But majority of it I think has either finished or I'm not going to get anything off it this year, so I don't know what to do with that. Strawberries on the other side. Really it's just a jungle at the moment. I need to get in there and trim them all back. I can see what's happening in there and get some runners off them perhaps. And then the rhubarb at the back is having a second lease of life. It was all dying back towards the end of June, and now it's as big as it's ever been, in fact bigger than it's ever been. I don't know if anybody else has found that, but that's what's happened to me. And this strawberry bed is the one that I did trim back. I trimmed these right the way back to no leaves whatsoever, or basically one leaf, one small leaf, and they've all come out and they're all throwing runners out. Now these were my best strawberries last year. These brought out strawberries like 2.5, 3 inches across. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pot these up, and then the ones in the hanging baskets, which really did nothing at all. I mean, they've got lovely pink flowers on them, yeah, whoopie-doo, but apart from that, nothing. You know, really, really poor. So I think I'll replace them with runners from these and see how they do in the basket. Right, this was a new bed that I made. I've only had it made about 2 weeks and the dock has invaded already. I'll dig that out and I'll trim it right back. See how we do with that. Okay, stepping over here. This bed has got the currants in it and the perpetual broccoli, hopefully. It's also got lots and lots of weeds. Again, I need to get in here and clear this out. The main problem I'm having is just time at the moment, folks. That's all it is. Getting down here and having the time to do something when I'm here. Potato bed. I've trimmed all the tops off the potatoes here on one side. This side I haven't trimmed are Sabo Mira and Anya. A pink fir apple. So they should be okay for a while, but at the moment I'm leaving them in there. There's no real signs of blight on these. There was some signs of blight on those, and as you remember, my Red Duke of York that were in there, they came up and rotted, and my Maris Peer in there were 50-50 as to whether they rotted in the ground or not. That's basically it for my plot now, so I'll stop the film for now, and then later on I'll give you a run round a few other people's plots. Speak to you later. Bye for now.